Okay, so now that you've created a course that says it's time to make your first sales, um, the problems you might be facing is like, okay, but like what price am I gonna sell my course, how to launch it, how to get paid, how to deliver it? And don't worry because we've got it covered. So the first step is to make an irresistible offer. And when you're selling on the internet, or actually pretty much anytime, everything starts with the offer. Okay, the offer, it's what's the value versus how much it costs, and what are the conditions and risks associated with this offer. Okay, so it's pretty much what's the value versus how much it costs, but then you have like some modifiers like, okay, is there a guarantee, and that's very important to be aware of what your offer is. And I can tell you it's very important for you to know that offer is more important than marketing, and it's more important than design. Okay, so you don't need a fancy sales video, you don't need a fancy um, payment page, but you do need a great offer. And I can tell you that I've seen like in 2017, like drop shipping was huge in the French market. Like actually, like newbies made millions, and sometimes people like a little bit fishy, like not, I'd say not legitimate, made huge amounts of money. I'm talking like millions, literally, because it was such a hot market. Like everyone wanted to learn how to do drop shipping. And I could tell that, if you had a great offer, but your marketing wasn't that good, yeah, you could make some sale. But if your offer is weak, you can do whatever you want with your marketing, with design, with whatever. It would be hard to sell. So usually when you are not selling or not selling enough, it means that your offer is not good enough. So make sure you do create an irresistible offer. And for your potential customer, it's all a matter of risk. If you have someone on the street that offers you to exchange a $50 bill against another $50 bill, like no one will take up this offer, since there is nothing to gain and a risk that something goes wrong. It looks scammy and there is no upside. So why would you do it? But on the other side, you will notice that if you try to sell a $1,000 product, many people will tell you, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the money. I wish I could buy it, but it's not the right time." But then if you offer a brand new Ferrari, whose price is, I don't know, $400,000, and you're like, "Look, this is a $1,000, and you get this Ferrari," like everyone will find the money, right? So it's really a matter of what your offer is. So of course you cannot sell brand new Ferraris for $1,000. It's not a viable business. But I'm just saying it all comes down to the offer. Okay. So to set the price, first you have to know that there is something called price elasticity that states that for any product, the higher the price, the less sales you will make. Okay, so your asking price should be like 4 times, 6 times, even 10 times less than the value you offer. So how can you define the value of your product? So you should ask yourself questions such as, how much would you have to pay elsewhere to have the same result? How much did you pay yourself to get this result? How much time did you spend looking for the solution? How much does your product allow people to save? So these are different ways to try and estimate the value of your offer. And then you can offer to make your offer even better, to reduce the risk, you can add a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, refund guarantee. Like if you're not happy in the 30 days following your purchase, you can just ask us and we will issue a full refund, no question asked. You can even make it like unlimited, So make a great offer. That's really the most important part. And then how to launch the product. So you have to make a sales page. So you can make a long sales letter, long sales page. I'm sure you've seen this. And it's funny because you always hear, oh, these pages that don't work. I've seen so many of them and I've never bought. Okay, but these pages that convert between 1 and 10%. So it means that 90 to 99% of the visitors of these pages won't buy. Does that mean that, you should throw the whole concept away? No, it doesn't. That's how it is, right? I mean, if your product is $100 and you convert at 5%, okay, so it means that 95% don't buy. Still, you're making $5 for each visitor on your page, and it's not bad, So I'm not going to dive into a full copywriting course, I don't think it would be appropriate. And I have actually other easier ways to sell your product. But just so you know, that's the structure of a long sales page. So you start usually with a hook. So that's the headline, Then you describe the problems. You explain the history, how you found the solution, how you struggled yourself and found the solution. Then you state the ideal vision. So that's the dream. That's okay. That's what you can get to, right? Then you explain. So usually you explain, that's where in a course where you explain, so benefits here, that would be more structured in logical way, like that's how it works, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And then you make the offer, you tell the price. But before building the price, very important, you build up the value. You're like, hey, you know what, like I spend myself like over $5,000 to get this result. Took me 2 years. You know what? I packed everything I learned in a short course that you can get through in 1.5 hours, and it costs just $47, $97. So it's a better offer. Like, of course, you can go and try, to learn by yourself, but it might cost you a lot of money and a lot of time. And, why would you wait? Just get the result now. And then you have the call to action that leads to a payment page. Okay. So the sales page, they're relevant when you sell products like from 7 to $4.97, right? And then you can do webinars. So in a webinar, you give value for 40 minutes to 1.5 hours, and then you pitch your product, right? You make an offer. So a simple structure that's similar to this, again, and to my content structure to build the courses. That's okay. What's the intro? What's in it for them? It's very important that you hook them up at the beginning. So that's like the hook. Optional, you can remind them of the problems they're facing, to entice them to stick and watch the entire webinar. Then you can. So that's the problem spot here of the long sales page. Then you can do a quick presentation of yourself to display, to convey credibility, about you, like the fact that you've been through the same struggles they're going through and you found the solution. So then you explain the solution. So that's the history part, and then that's the ideal vision. That's at the end of the history, you're like, hey, now I'm feeling so much better. I achieved my goal. And then you explain the solution, so that's actually here. It's more like the solution, the steps. Yep, the steps. And so that's the steps. And then it's pretty much the same structure. You say it's pretty much always the same structure. And then you pitch your offer. Okay. So webinars are most suited for offers ranging from actually $297 to $997. Okay, like for $2,000 offers, you would have to do, so either do like a product launch, with like pre-launch content. So that's what Jeff Walker teaches in his product launch formula course. But trust me, I've done quite a few of these, and it's so much work. Like that's not something I recommend, really. But I mean, some people do great with them. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It does work. I'm just saying that personally, that's not my favorite way. So the way I do it, it's crazy. Like I'm gonna tell you a story. Like that was early. So the first time I did that, launch by email. When I say launch by email, actually, if you do a sales page here, you will launch your product by email anyway to your email list, right? I'm just saying that the way I do my launches now, it's like I don't have even a real sales page. I send people straight to a payment page with a quick recap of the offer, and I sell right in the emails. And the first time I did one of these launches, that was early 2016, and I had read that book about, so it's called Automatic Customer. That's by John Varrillo. It's a great book about how to increase the value of your business by selling subscription offers. And in the French market, I was the first, and I believe to this day, I'm still the only person selling. So it's a subscription offer to all my courses, but you unlock one new course per week, right? Till you have unlocked all my courses for just 19 euros per month. Okay. And we're still selling it to this day. Like, I don't know how much revenue it brings in. Like, I don't know. I'd say 5 to 10,000 euros. But for the next 2 years and before we launched System.io, and I focus more on System.io, the software itself, I was focusing more on this, and I took it to over $10,000. 10,000 euros actually per month in revenue, which is not bad for a recurring offer where like you get some recurring revenue each and every month, right? So the way I did it, I had just like a payment page, and it was very cheap. It was 19 euros per month, right? So I sent the first email to my list. So I set up everything like the payment page. At that time, I wasn't using System.io, so it was a lot of work. It was very messy. I was working with the developer, and that's how it was. But anyway, I sent an email to my list, and I still remember to this day. So that was like April of 2016, and I went out and I had made like 2 sales. I was like, oh, it sucks, it's so bad. But actually, I ran this launch for a lot of time. We went traveling with my wife. We went to Morocco and to Amsterdam and then to Morocco. And I remember I was on the plane with my wife and I was feeling, like sad. And I told her it's because, I was doing this launch and it was doing much sales, but I kept like sending some content and telling stories about it and answering objections. And the final day, that was 2 weeks later, we were back in Lisbon where we live with my wife. And I closed, I think it was on a Thursday night. And we ended up doing 365 sales or so, maybe 67. It's funny, it's the number of days in a year, but that was That was about it. And but out of these, we did maybe like 200 sales in the last 4 hours, and I was just crazy. I was like on my computer, and it was boom, 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 sell, and that was great. And that's the way it works. So that's how it works. So the first email is the opportunity. Okay, there is something new, boom, go check it out. So you can send people, maybe you can send people to the first part of the course. We're starting doing it recently, but usually I would send people straight to the payment page. And then what you do is that you follow up by email, and in each email you try to add value. It's very important, don't just come up with the same idea. Oh, there is a new product, go and buy it. No, that sucks. You want to add value, you want to tell stories, you want to reply an objection. Hey, Joe asked me if the course is suitable if you're a chartered accountant. Yes, it is. Blah blah blah. You tell an inspiring story. You tell your story. You tell stories of people you've helped. You can give access for free to the first part of the course. That's what we do. So you really, it's a living thing. It's a launch. It's exciting. Okay, and don't be afraid, because most of your sales are gonna happen at the end. So very important, not very important. The most important, the last day you want to send 2 emails, one in the morning, one in the evening. So one in the morning, like maybe at 8 a.m. And one in the evening at like 8 p.m. And you say, okay, the first email is like, that's the last day, and you can add some value, but that's pretty much it, because you've been talking about your product for the last 1 or 2 weeks. And the final email, it's final hours, that's now or never. That's pretty much it. And you can send an email every day. Maybe just leave 1, 2, or 3 days when you don't send emails, but you really want to like push your product. That's very important. So let's check out a product sequence. So that's the last course that we launched, where I explained how I was working. I was selling. I was making $2,000 per month by selling business coaching, and I was working like 1 hour per week. So it's just something I was doing on the side, but I decided to put my entire system in a course and sell it. So the first email, that's the opportunity, that's the new thing. So the subject was turn 1 hour of work a week into $2,000 a month. And it's very important, because I know some people might be like, hey, that's very in your face, that's very, bold. Look, I've been in business for over, it's been 11 years. If I was like a scammy guy, I wouldn't be around. Ethic is very important for me. Like, I only promise results that I've obtained. That's why I'm very open with, how much I'm doing, how much I made, how much is my personal net worth. I talk about it, and I can disclose pretty much everything, because it's important that you know who you're dealing with. So the first email, it's really about, there is something new, there is an opportunity. So, I explained my coaching clients used to pay me $1,000 per month for just 2 hours of coaching. 2 clients times 2 hours of coaching, that's 4 hours of work per month. That's 1 hour of work per week. Because the promise is so bold, I want to, explain it right away. 2 clients times $1,000, that's $2,000 per month. This system was allowing me to make $2,000 per month for just 1 hour of work per week. So that's really, we explain what it is right away, because the promise is so bold. The trick is that I didn't take on more than 2 clients at a time, because I prefer to develop revenues to generate automatically. I'm not sure if that sentence is correct. That's my assistant copywriter who wrote that. So I've created a course to help you achieve the same result, even if you're starting from scratch. The main benefit of the course, so I'm very straightforward. Like, I explain, there is an opportunity, and then I'm like, hey, I created a course, so you can do the same. And then I explain the main benefits of the course. So that's actually, yeah, I would actually explain, the 3 steps. It would be more convincing, but it's all right. So that's the method. 3 questions. So it's more like bullet points, to raise curiosity. Um, so then you have the call to action. Click here to get access to it. So email 2, because the promise was so bold. I think that's my product with the bonus promise. So I'm like, email 2, hey, how is that possible? And then I explain, and it's funny because I pretty much explain what I explained already, but that's how it is. So email 3, I explained that not only was I having this coaching clients customer, but this exact same method allowed me to land a $20,000 consulting gig, which is absolutely true. Pretty much the same time I started selling coaching programs. So I explain, so that's a story, that explains that, hey, I also achieved this result with this course, with this method. So I'm going through it fast. Okay, I will give you access to the file so you can read it, at your own pace. So email 4 was get the cheat sheet to double any online business in 4 steps, because one objection might be like, hey, okay, Aurelien, it's great, but I've never coached anyone. I've never helped anyone to grow their online business. So, how can I do it? And I'm like, hey, don't worry, because I learned how to do it. And, I just created a framework. It's pretty much, after helping all these customers, I know how it works. I know how to double any business, in 6 months. And so I can teach you how to do the same. So, I added a postscriptum to display a testimonial talking, join our course, and here is his feedback. Thank you for the course. Bought it this morning. It's amazing, So email 5, how this client double his revenue and quit his 9 to 5. So I'm telling an inspiring story, and I explained that actually when I sold these coaching programs, my customers got results. Both actually reached their goals, which, one, he wrote to me 3 months later and was like, hey, I doubled my business in 3 months. That was our goal. It's amazing. And I'm going to quit my job. And guess what? That's what he did. He quit his job, and today is making a living online, which is really cool. So email 6 was, so I explained that a consultant tried to close me for a $6,000 consulting gig. And this is a consultant about how to improve conversions on websites. Okay, so I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I like his website. I think it converts well, and since, guess what, he's a consultant specialized in optimizing website conversions, I guess his website converts well. So we're gonna offer the template to the people who buy the course. So you see, we're stacking value here, right? We're adding bonuses, so it makes the offer even better. So during the launch, you can reveal some bonuses that make the offer better. So when you close the launch, people are more likely to act. So email 7 in the morning, your chance to get a $490 discount. $490 discount expires at midnight. So I remind the benefits of the course and the bonuses, and then last email, that's attention, final hours to take advantage of the $490 discount. Okay, so you see how it works. I think it's not very complicated, and that's the a payment page that we were using. We were sending people straight to this page here. Okay, so we just recap the benefit of the course. So you see the steps: intro, part 1, part 2. Yes, it's very simple. There are no like 3 steps or 5 steps. It's just 2 steps. That's how it is. Like make a sale, and then once you have the customers, you learn how to help them to get results, which is of course very important. Plus the bonuses, they're here. We could do. I'm sure we could do a better job at explaining the bonuses. We could add some images and stuff, but we're really in the ready, fire, aim mode. So yeah, we just move forward. So that's what it is, and that's a payment page. Okay. So that's how you can launch a product very easily on your email list, and that's how we do our launches now. So we still have a few like video sales later, but in the English market, that's the way we do it, because we want to move fast. So then you just have to deliver the product. I'm not go into some System.io trainings here. You can find some help on the Facebook group. You can, Google it. If you're lost, of course, reach out to our customer support. We answer 7 days a week, right? Even during the weekends, usually we answer under 2 hours. We have an amazing customer support, so no worries. You will find how to do it, but how it works. If it's a PDF, I would recommend, so first you create a payment page on System.io. You can link your PayPal account, your Stripe account, and then you send an email right after the purchase with the PDF attached. Okay, that's the simplest way to do it. And don't forget to tag your customers. It's very important so you can market again to your list. If it's an audio or video course, then you want to create a membership site on System.io, and then you create a payment page that gives access to this membership site. So we have this very cool system in System.io with our payment pages where you can set resources. So for example, you want to sell a course, so you add a resource, give access to this course. Another resource, tag the customers. And the cool thing is that if the customer asks for a refund, and you do issue a refund in System.io, so you can refund the payment, we will automatically cancel the resources he got access to. All right, so that's really cool. Once your launch is over, you should measure the results. So measure the number of visitors to your sales page. You can look at the number of people who clicked on the link in the email you sent to your list, or the number of pages, the number of page views in Google Analytics. You have to install Google Analytics. It's not that complicated. And then you can measure the value per visitor, or you should, if you have an email list, you should calculate the value per visitor on your list. The value per person on your list, the value per contact. That's an important metric. It's important because it will provide key indicators about what worked and what did not, and then you can compare them to the results of your next product. Okay, so now that you've launched your product, in the last part you will see how to actually generate more revenue from this launch.